Right, well, you should know by now, we're back on Eurotruck, and we're in part 4 of a mammoth trip on the harsh Russian map, heading north from ULAN-UDE and heading north to this place up here, which the name has gone out my head, KUYTUN, and we still have over 400 miles to go on a trip that originally was 488 miles. Let's get to it. We won't hang about.
Best backseat rivals you've ever had.
Yep, let's get this show on the road.
And yet another detour already. So if you watched any of this journey so far, quick reminder, you'll know that we're on a real 1-to-1 scale map, and it's 1:38 or 1:35 in the morning, whatever time that is, and another detour, and we are a good few hours away from daylight. And these are the parts we need to get be careful on. Oh, good afternoon, Potman. Kart Sim, I'm going over a rickety bridge. Kart Sim, they're bringing out multiplayer. There hasn't been an update for a while, but multiplayer's the next thing that's going to come out, which is basically why I haven't played any of it. Still waiting on it. I think they're doing closed testing on it. That's why I'm driving my truck instead. On one of the hardest maps in Eurotruck. And well, I had a quick nap after I had something to eat, but I'm more than likely going to fall asleep during this section of the trip. Yeah, they're mostly doing final adjustments and testing on not Kart Sim, it's called Kartcraft. They actually added more tracks to Christ, I forgot the name of the game. Oh god, that's how tired I am. Not Project Cars, what's the name of it? Oh, the game's totally out of my head, but anyway, there's a karting option in this other game, and they've added more circuits in it, but they're downloadable content, so you've got to pay for them. What the hell's the name of the game? Why can't I remember the game? No, not a set of course. Oh god, this is embarrassing. What the hell is it called again? Not Automobilista. I think it begins with an R. That's what it is, R Factor 2. Yeah, R Factor 2. It's a multiple racing game as well. It's got loads of different formats of racing in it. And it's got the karting in it, which is very good. But they've also just recently added about 4 new karting circuits in it. And these are real life circuits that they've modelled for the game, and I just read on the update on Steam that they'd added these new circuits to it. The other game that's out is Automobilista 2, which got released last week. I've got the original one. I haven't bought the newer one. The major difference in the newer version is probably 1 or 2 different tracks in it. The karting's still in it, but the major difference is the new is the graphic engine they're using in it, which makes a big improvement. In fact, Automobilista 2 was using the R Factor engine, the old one, for the graphics in it, which is maybe why the graphics didn't look all that exciting, but there was a total change in the graphics setup in the new version. Right, we're going to have to slow down here again. Now that yellow sign again, just as a reminder, I presume that's Russian for detour, so that's the way. Although it's shown us to go straight on here, we ignore the GPS and we go right and we follow the traffic here, because the road is bound to be blocked up ahead. Right. I still don't know how. I've moved my mic away from my face a wee bit more, so I don't know how loud my voice is, as opposed to what the game is in the background, whether it's drowning it out or whether the game's drowning out the vocals. No, I didn't. I was. You've got to remember me. I haven't been paying much attention. I haven't even looked at the bracket since the one match or the 2 matches that I did stream. I'm getting out of my bed at 2:30 in the morning to go to work, and I don't finish until noon. And then when I get home, I'm totally knackered, as I am right now. I was doing a stream yesterday that only lasted 90 minutes because I was falling asleep during the stream, so I had to cut that short, and I'll probably have to do the same today. But at night I should be in my bed about 8:30. Who was he playing again? See, the thing is, it take Keith a while to to find his feet, because he doesn't play the game at all much. (7-1) down in a race to 15. Mr. Fox. Who's Mr. Fox? You don't mean fantastic Mr. Fox, do you? Because Keith would have far too much experience over him at 9 ball. Now, what was the final score then? Did it go all the way? So we're still on this D. Oh, here's a bloody railway line. Hopefully we don't have to get across it. No, it doesn't look like it. Yeah, I know, yeah. Yeah, I know he's a man of many names. Down to the final rack, that would have been a good one to catch, but no, this tournament's happened at entirely the wrong time for me. I mean, any tournaments in the next few weeks or months, goodness knows what's going to happen. I'm definitely going to be starting at 4 AM for the foreseeable future, so there's no way I can hang around at night. I've got to get to bed. I don't know what matches are on today, but it doesn't matter. I'm not going to make any attempt to get any of them. And the only time that I will get any is on my days off, so that would be what day is this? Monday, Tuesday. I'm at work tomorrow, and then I'm off Wednesday, Thursday. Well, that's a wake-up call for him. I mean, he's got a fair chance of winning this, so he has. He definitely has, but as I say, he just doesn't have the... He doesn't put in the table time at all in the game. I mean, he disappears for months on end. This is why it's going to take a long while to finish this trip. We've only done 3 miles, we're down to 400 since we started this section. And this is becoming one of the bigger detours to get back onto this main road. Going to be stuck behind these trucks once we get back onto the main road. Parallel to that railway line. We've seen it earlier what problems you have with these railway lines in this map. Barriers that don't work, no controls whatsoever, and you take your life in your hands going across them. Wait a minute, are the routes fixed, or do they change for different scenarios? Well, basically what you do in this game is you go and pick a job like this. Like you go to the job market. But the thing is, that depends on where you're based. So, for example, my base is in ULAN-UDE down there, and we're driving along here, and we're going up, way up here, 400 miles away, real miles as well. That's the problem. But you go to the job market, and you've got a whole list of jobs with different trailers to deliver. So what you do then is I mean, for example, because I am based in ULAN-UDE, where the hell is it? It's in there somewhere. No, sorry, no, it's not. It's in there. I can't find it on this map. But you basically click on like the town that you're in, or the one that you've just arrived at, and you find out what jobs are available, and then you see what you're getting paid for them and how long the trip is. I mean, that one there, that's 1,000 odd miles. I mean, that would take days and days and days to complete on this map. But on a normal Eurotruck map, they don't take as long as that. Depends on whether you're using lots of different mod maps. The standard maps for the game are Europe and Germany, France, Spain. Well, tell a lie. Spain is still to come. The Iberia Peninsula is going to get added to it. But we've got like Italy, we've got Scandinavia. But this game works a lot better once you get mod maps added to it. But you do the job. If you get from A to B and you get the goods there undamaged, you'll get your full pay for the job. That's telling me I can't take the job because I'm already on one. Let's cancel out of that. But this is an exceptional map compared to the normal maps. The normal maps that you have in the game don't have routes like this on it. They don't. This is believe it or not, this is a fairly easy part of this map. There are some really tough spots to try and get through, plus the fact the GPS doesn't work a lot of the time, and because the map is in Russian, made by a Russian guy, all the road signs are in Russian. Even though I've got a Russian to English language translator for the map, you've got to end up looking at the road signs and making a decision as to whether you're going to go the right route. There's hidden routes in this map that, you know, they're not mapped on the map at all, and you have to take detours. Now the detours
In
are
200 meters, turn right.
they're like this one.
Turn right.
No, there's not multiplayer in this game as such. The multiplayer feature is a mod that is available, but it only works on the base maps, the standard maps for the game, and there's thousands of guys play it. You still do the same thing. The only difference is that there are no there's no AI vehicles in the multiplayer game. It's all real guys in their trucks. But I tried it in its early stages, and I didn't like it because you'd guys playing it with all sorts of connections, and it was lagging, and you'd be 100 yards away from the guy in front of you, and then all of a sudden he's right on your nose and you crash into him. But there's a lot of guys do play. I mean, if you go onto Google, go onto YouTube, and you just type in Eurotruck multiplayer, you'll see loads of videos, and you'll see loads of idiots on the road videos in Eurotruck. There's some quite funny videos with all the accidents that happen. But basically what you do is it's just like it would be a real world map, and you're all picking different jobs. Sometimes guys go on convoys, so you get like 30 to 50 trucks all heading up the road one after the other. But as I say, you can't use mod maps on it, which is one reason I don't like it as well. It's just for the standard maps in the game. Meanwhile, and this is the sort of thing you don't get on the normal standard map. You don't get roads like this, because Russian roads are notoriously bad, and the roads in this map get bad in a lot of places. In fact, you're driving on things that you wouldn't describe as roads, you'd just describe them as mud cracks. Sometimes they're flooded. Right, let's see if we can get a wee bit of pace up. Yeah, I think I tried that game for a little while. Big Mother Truckers. The new game that I've got my eye on is Alaskan Trucker. It's on Steam, and the difference with that game is that you're able to get out the truck, which you can't do in this game. It's a bit more. They've gone for a wee bit more realism. For example, you actually have to look after yourself in that game. You have to stop at truck stops and go and buy food. Also, you'll be driving along on a rough road and suddenly you'll get a puncture, so you have to go out and repair the puncture. You know, change the wheel. You don't do anything like that in this game. So, Alaskan Truck Sim, or Alaskan Truck Driver as it's called, I think. You know, it's got potential as well, and I'll probably be giving that a go once it becomes available, but that's months away, months and months away before that game gets released. And there's also Truck Driver, the one that's already released on, it's out on Xbox, I think, and PS4. It's coming to the PC, although it seems to have been delayed. And it's like a version of this, but most of these games will all die if they don't get the mod support for them. That's why Euro Truck 2 has been around so long. That's probably the biggest reason it keeps going, because there's loads of guys make modded trucks for it, they make maps for it. So this game's got a big community, very active community. And that's what keeps it going, and that's why the developers keep bringing out new maps as well, new DLC for it. And there's a couple of those in the pipeline for this version of the game, and there's also another one imminent in American Truck Sim, which is made by the same company that make this one. Now, what are we down to now? 396 miles. We're getting up a bit of speed now. .53 AM in the morning, so still a long way away for some daylight, so we can actually see the landscape round about. I'm on full beam so I can see what's happening in front of me, because on low beam my reactions are not quick enough to react to something that happens. And in fact, even with the high beam up, my reactions aren't quick enough. I'll crunch into things. So on we go. It's a marathon and a half. And in the first 3 streams that I've done on this trip, well, we've at least done about, what, probably 5 hours driving. And bearing in mind that we started at 488 miles for this trip, we've only done just over 90 miles in those 5 hours that we've been driving. And admittedly, most of the time you're not driving at this speed on this map. You're driving a lot slower behind traffic, and you're having to slow down because there's a big bump in the road or something that can throw you off. But this is the right truck for the job. This is a mod truck. This is a Russian off-road truck. Big Kamaz, big heavy truck. Now I need to get a drink, hang on a sec. Where's my bottle went to? Right, that's better. I need a drink. That's a bit better. Right, hang on. Get ourselves set. And this is the sort of thing that keeps holding you up when you're going uphill. A lot of these AI trucks have got heavy loads on them, so they're only crawling up a hill at 5 miles an hour. Whereas this Russian truck's got a big powerful engine in it. Big off-road tyres. It would fly up this hill, but you just can't do it, and you can't overtake. Because the traffic is constant on the opposite side of the road. You're taking a big risk trying to overtake. Yesterday, I think, in part 3 we only managed to do about 30 miles before I had to give up. I just couldn't keep my eyes open while I was driving, which is not a good combination. Again, anybody that hasn't seen this map, the map maker, Goba, the Russian guy that makes this map, he's notorious for putting traps on the road for you. Traps at the bottom of hills, big bumps that you're flying down the hill too quick, and as soon as you hit them you're wrecked. So you've always got to be ready for that. Yeah, Truck Driver, that's the one I was talking about. That one's the one that's already, it was released at the end of last year, I think, on the PS4 and the Xbox, and it was supposed to be earlier this year, I think, for the PC, but it seems to have been, well, it's been delayed, and it may well be delayed for quite a while now with this this coronavirus carry on. Well, let's see if we can catch back up to those trucks that were in front of us. It's unlikely that they'll have turned off any exit, not that there's that many on this route. The chances are we'll catch them up going up a hill or something. We've let them get away. There we are, the same trucks in front of us. Yeah, I don't think that that truck driver game is on the same scale as Euro Truck. You know, that just depends how much money the guys have got that are developing it and whether they want to take it any further. I don't remember getting a link, or maybe if you did I didn't see it, or I don't remember seeing it. Now, why are we going to go so slow now? Because we're... What's that, a car or a bus? It's up there. Little resting spot on the right there. But we don't need to take any rest for a while. Any other map in this game, I would just fly past these guys and get on with it, but there's simply no chance of surviving and overtaking this. Yeah, well, links don't work in this chat. They might work on Facebook and YouTube, but they don't work on the chat on my screen. When I'm doing a live stream, you can't click anything. Anyway, you can tell me the name of the game though, now that you've got the link for it. Ah, that's yeah, that's just what used to be Mud Runner, or what even before it was Mud Runner. What was the name of it? The game, I think the original developers of the game either went bust or something, or there was a big fallout, and the name of the game got changed, and they brought out Mud Runner, and this is just like it's the same game basically, but I think it's set in a winter setup. Yeah, SnowRunner, that was out a few weeks ago, I think, or it's still to come out, I can't remember. But that's where you've got to use the diff lock on the truck and everything, because you'll be driving through mud and slush and all sorts of stuff. And again, those games have got quite a big mod community as well. They do different maps and everything for them. Right, here we've got a roughish section coming up here. Big dips. You fly over these at 50 mile an hour, you'll bounce into the hillside. The trips in those that game, SnowRunner, they're not big long journeys, but the problem is the terrain that you're trying to drive over, which is why you've got big off-road vehicles in it. Big heavy vehicles with big off-road tyres. The mud effects and everything in that game are excellent. That's the problem with Euro Truck. Euro Truck doesn't have a good enough game engine to represent mud effects and stuff like that. You've seen us driving on what looks like a muddy road, but it makes, you know, you don't see the mud changing shape or anything like that. You don't leave tyre tracks when you drive through the mud in this game. And if you drive through water in this game, you don't have any effect of water, you know, bouncing up onto the windscreen, nothing like that. There are no physical effects like that in the game. You've got to bear in mind though, this game's got to be at least 7 or 8 years old now. I can't remember when it was released, but I had it long before it came out on Steam, and then I got it on Steam. I've had it since day one, this game, and I keep coming back to it when there's new maps come out and everything, and new mod maps. Right, we've got a bit of speed up again. Oops. Big bounce there.
Continue straight.
See, we're using a voice guided GPS mod, which is the Grand Tour. So you've got well, James May's the one that you hear all the time, because he's the one that's telling you where to go. You can have the speeding alerts on, in which case Richard Hammond will come on and tell you to slow down. And I think you basically only hear Jeremy Clarkson when you start up a trip. Apart from that, you don't hear him at all. Right, so we're down to 388 miles now. We started at 403 in this section of the trip, part 4. So if you can do the basic arithmetic, you'll know how many miles we've driven so far, because I can't. Is that 15 miles or something like that? And this is actually quite a big I was going to call it a town, or it's quite a big village. And I think this would be classed as a town, but it's mostly just settlements by the side of the road. And you can see there's the name of a river there, which we're just driving across. Out onto open road. There's quite a few companies in there on the right hand side. Oh, big brake, and we've collided. Because he slammed the anchors on for that truck turning the corner there, and I wasn't ready. Yeah, there's companies there at the side of the road there. You drive in there and have a delivery in that place. Fuel station in there on the right. And now we're going to be stuck behind this guy. Well, it's now gone, what, 9 minutes past 2 in the morning, and there There's no sign of dawn. Of course, the other thing that's different in this map is that the day and night cycle go as it would in a real 24-hour clock cycle. So the nights are long. That thing that he's towing in front, that's a big bulk. It could be liquid, it could be grain, but it's a heavy trailer, so I mean this is a heavy trailer as well. I've got something similar to what he's got in front. The biggest difference is that AI truck won't have anywhere near as big an engine as in this truck, so he's really going to struggle when we hit the gradients. Now we're heading downhill again. This is a safe distance to be driving behind him, because if he has to brake for anything, then that gives me plenty of time to react. If you get any closer than that, then it gets dangerous. But this sort of distance gives me time to respond. The anchors on there for that bend. Well, we're going to make a few miles up here if the road keeps like this for a wee while. Well, as I say, Eurotruck is far better when you have mod maps installed. There's a guy I follow on YouTube, and if you go to YouTube and if you type in Wombat Trucker, so W-O-M-B-A-T, Wombat, and then Trucker, that'll take you to his channel, and he'll show you loads of map combinations. You know, we've got a combination that he's got out a couple of days ago, which has got the China map in it. The China map is a huge long map. It's It's not a real scale map like this map is, but it's about probably 6,000 miles from one end to the other on that map alone.
Continue
But
straight.
there's a lot of other maps in the combination as well, and he shows you how to connect the maps up. You follow the video, he's got all the download links in there for the maps. You download them all, you unzip them and you put them into your Eurotruck mod folder, and then go in and create a new profile, and before you complete creating a profile you go in and then put all the mods in the order that he shows you, and you'll have a much bigger map to drive on. He's also done one recently for the American truck map, which I've got installed and working, but on that one I'm actually using a bus. There's a bus mod, or there's various bus mods available, or passenger mods, where you still pick up jobs, but the only difference is you're in theory picking up passengers and delivering them from A to B. Right, we're now on a grade, and that's why we're slowed up. We can only go at this guy's pace. Now, I can see we've still got, I think, well, look, there's that 152 or 182 gallons of fuel, which is, whatever it is, we've still got a range of 1,300 miles. So that's real miles, remember, and there's more than enough fuel in the tanks on this thing to get us to the end of this trip. We've got a speed limit on here, 43 mile an hour. That's probably down to the road surface. This looks like a big climb coming up. Remember what I said about the guy putting traps at the bottom of hills for you? So if you were coming down this hill, it's 80 mile an hour, and you hit those bumps, you'd be off the road. And now we're stuck behind a queue of traffic going up this hill. And probably a queue of traffic behind me as well. Look at that. As far as the eye can see, we've got vehicles behind us. This gives me time for another drink. I've actually got a Russian traffic mod installed as well, so if you look at the oncoming vehicles, you'll see some Russian trucks and stuff like that in the traffic. There's one there, that one. There's another one, that blue one, and that van. Well, I think we're almost at the crest here. Now, there's a warning sign, so we've got a big drop on the other side, and we'll build up a bit of speed there, provided he gets away from us. Down to 382 miles to go. Well, we're not going to build up that much speed because it's still restricted at 43. Now it's down to 31. So we've got another detour here. Right, need to slow right down. And we're going to go a crawl. Let's have a quick check. Right, our driver has another 4 hours and 30 minutes or 32 minutes before he needs to take a rest. In the normal Euro Truck game, 4 hours would take about probably 20 minutes before you'd have to actually stop in game. Whereas in this map, because it's a real scale map, the 4 hours and 32 minutes is real. So we've still got a fair way that we can drive before he has to take a rest stop. And then of course the clock advances by about 7 hours. So looking at the clock right now, it's 2:20 AM in the morning. By about 6 AM we should maybe have a little bit of daylight, but by that time my driver's going to have to take a rest, and by the time he finishes that rest stop and we go back onto the road, it'll be late afternoon. Still the same day, it's Friday in the game. So it's going to, we'll still probably have a little bit of daylight when we end up going back onto the road, but that's a long way ahead yet. And we've got a tight turn up ahead here. Will line up above us. Now a bit of a climb. I keep saying this every time I do this map, in case anybody watches who has driven this map and given up. You've got to have an awful lot of patience. Sometimes I run out of patience myself, but if you want to get there in one piece without damaging all your goods, then you've really just got to, if you're stuck in traffic, you've just got to be stuck in traffic. Right, that's us back onto the main route any second now. Hopefully we can build up some pace again. getting a bit of frame rate drop there, big time. That was pretty laggy. Probably because I'm on full beam. But I definitely need the full beam on. Somebody has had an accident over there. They're discussing the problem at the side of the road, I see. This isn't a steep gradient compared with some of the gradients on this map. It gets a lot worse than this. Another detour coming, and I hope we don't have to go by that railway line. Oh, it looks like we have to. Oh, just managed to brake in time. Now, have we got an AI problem? Right, see you later. Enjoy it, have fun. Get tactical. Now we've probably got a problem in the corner here as usual. Probably a truck collision or something. Let's have a quick look. Right, what's the problem here? Well, there's the problem. Notorious problem in the railway line. Right, I think we'll use the old trick to solve that. Because again, it's an unmanned and uncontrolled crossing. So we'll do the old graphic cheat. Let's just go in, take it out of full screen if I can get it to work. Apply that and the road should be clear. We'll say yes to that and then go back. Problem solved there as far as traffic goes. Now can we get over this railway line without getting wrecked? Bloody tree in the middle of the road, that doesn't help. Right. Right, let's assess the situation here before we make a move. Right, nothing there. Something coming. Well, you can sound your horn all night, buddy. I'm taking my life in my hands here. Right. So now we've made it over that. I'm just going to change the graphics back. And we're good to go. Oh dear. It's rickety bridge time. There's the sea on the right hand side. You can see the waves just coming in. We don't want to be part of that ocean scene. We want to stay above it. Oh, this is fun and games. To the right, I can feel the lorry just tipping over there. I think it's multiplied by the fact that you're driving at night. No. Oh shit. Let's go off here quick before I panic. Oh dear. Right. Oh, we've made it. Just. Well, don't tell me we've got to get across this line again. Oh no, we're just the bridge. Right, we're back onto the road, thank God for that. Whew. That was a test of nerves. Right, back up to full speed again. Down to 378 miles, I think. Or is it 376? I can't read it. Mud road. Now this is the one where I can cheat because the speed limit is 19. If I want to, I can crawl up behind them at 19, but I can take them in the inside as long as there isn't any piles of gravel that I'm going to run into. So I will do that to get past this. I mean, this could go on for a few miles, this as well, and a few miles at 19 miles an hour doesn't get you anywhere. This bridge. that's the danger there. When you run up the inside in this, you can end up in a big pile of gravel. But I've got no patience to drive at 19 mile an hour for you know, 5, 6, 7 miles, however long this is going to be. Backside's getting a bit sore. Back onto the mud in a minute, I think. And the AI traffic are stopping up ahead to give way according to the road sign. I think that's what that is, stop. Funny how the first section of this had a 19 mile an hour speed limit, yet this section here, which is no better, is 68. close to that part now. Right then, we've now done 30 miles. We're down to 373 and we started at 403. I think now would be a good time to actually try and find where we are on this bloody map. It's anybody's guess where we are. We're somewhere in there, I would imagine. Let's see if we can find us. Give us an idea where we're. Now, is that a detour we've gone through? I think it is. So we're along here somewhere. There we are. Right there. So we're at that point there at Messina or Mejia or whatever it is, and we started there, ULAN-UDE, all the way along there, and it's taken us all this time in 4 separate streams to get this far, and we've still got all the way around there to this part that this is a part I've driven over the years on various versions of the map, but as I said, this part here is a part we've never driven, so I don't know what to expect there, and I shouldn't have put that bloody GPS thing there. Right, so that is for much later on in this series of streams, but I think right now with 30 miles on the board and my backside getting sore, it's once again approaching the time where we're looking to park up and continue this another time. Probably next time I'll do this will be on my day off, or my days off, Wednesday, Thursday. Probably do a bit longer if my backside can hold up. This isn't showing a detour, but it shows a dead end there. Let's see whether we can see anything in the darkness. That's probably it's probably maybe just a hidden wall. If you try and drive down this way, you probably just end up driving into a hidden wall, even though he's got this. The road does go down. Yeah, I'm not even gonna risk it. I'm gonna go the way the traffic's going, and this is where you're forced into making a choice of following the AI. So I reckon this is the safest way of getting through here, rather than going straight on ahead when it's telling you it's a dead end. It could be a bridge that's out or something. big hole in the road that's impossible to drive over. So we'll go this way. Big drop. Get the anchors on before we run into the traffic. Right, now what's the problem? What has happened up ahead? Right, we've got a problem here. For some reason that truck, well, for some reason he doesn't want to move. I don't know why. Now, and that's why we couldn't drive down this road. This is a road that was telling us it was a dead end. So if you can see here, the road is blocked. You've got maintenance going on here and there was no way through, which is why we had to take that detour. And right, yeah, he is not going to move. So, same routine. Rather than just respawning the truck up ahead, we'll just clear the traffic with the old graphic trick. Oh, hang on, I did that and never saved it. That's a mistake I always make. You've got to hit apply and then it will ask you if you want to keep it like that. Yes, so you do that. Back into the game reloads, and lo and behold the traffic's gone. There we are. So I can then just go back into not profiles, options and graphics, check the box, apply, say yes, come out to that, back to drive. here's as good a spot as any. This will do for the day. Right. We have got down to 387 miles. I think that's 387. Or is it 367? Did I put the brake on? I'll put the brake on just in case. Now I'm just moving my wheel out of the way so I can actually read the screen now. Yeah, we're down to 367 it is. Right, so that's however many miles that is. We started at 403 and we are somewhere in there. I don't think we're this far along somehow. No, I don't think we're that far along. Let's have a look. You can see there's a fuel a resting place there, so that's another detour there. Because you don't see the road, but at least you see where the resting place is. Right, that's a detour there. There, another one there. Are we way back here? Right, well no, we must be further along than I thought. That's right, so this is the route. Oh, that's us there, I think that's the arrow there. That we're just in that area there next to those trucks. So that's where we've got to. And well, 367 is still a lot of miles, but not for today. It's going to be for another time. So until we meet again, which won't be too long, we will see you again. Take care.